Hi guys, karibuni kwenye Malezi Bora. I'm your host chef, mother to a beautiful baby called Anaya.
And my name is Juliet Moremi, mom to two beautiful girls, Peace and Promise.
My baby is turning 1 year old in 2 weeks time.
Wow, wow,
Yes.
wow, such a milestone. Congrats.
Juni hugs, Juni taps about. Yes, but why? Sorry. How old are your babies?
Oh, mine just turned 4 months ago in April, and the other one is turned 6 in last month. Yeah.
We are just moms kama wewe. And
Na kila wiki tutakuwa tunashare na nyinyi our triumphs, our joys, our good times, bad times.
yani tutakuwa tuna walk na wewe through your motherhood journey.
Karibuni kwenye Malezi Bora. Leo tunaongea kuhusu choking. I know most of the parents out there have lost their babies through choking. Let's hear some of the experiences some of these parents went through.
Naogopa sana nikisikia story ya kuchoke, especially because mtoto wangu kama nilivyosema ameanza kukula hii wiki.
Kwa majina naitwa Caroline Cheriot. Mimi ni mama ya watoto wawili.
Mochangi, dad to 2 twins.
My name is Julian Kamau. I'm a mother of 1.
Jina naitwa Virginia Motuko. Niko na watoto wawili.
Steven Mkangai, mzazi wa mtoto mmoja. Kunyongwa, kusakamwa na chakula, ishaitokea siku moja. Wakati nimekuwa na mtoto na alikuwa akitafuna apple.
Venye nilikuwa na moving into now food from milk to solid food, nikamtengenezea minji. So bahati mbaya sikuwa nimefinya vizuri minji moja, ikamnyonga.
Alikuwa amelala, alafu unaona mtoto anainua mikono juu. Unajua ameshindwa kupumua, anainua mikono juu, ni kama ako in distress. Na nilikuwa of course nilishtuka.
Nilishtuka, unajua sikuwa na mtu karibu.
Nilipiga nduru, nashindwa nimlalishe, nimgonge.
First aid. That would be the first response.
My first reaction of course ilikuwa ni kumchukua haraka, kumuinamisha na kuanza kumgonga kwenye mgongo.
My house help, nilikuwa na mfanyikazi mwenye alikuwa at least ameichunga watoto before, so akamlalisha, akamgonga, hiyo minji karuka nje.
Mtoto akinyonga, the next thing unafikiria tu ni kama anaenda.
Kwa hivyo ni muhimu sana angalau mnakuwa na daktari kama ni wa familia ama yule anakuja kuwaelimisha kama panapokuwa na dharura kama hivi na hivi unatokea.
Kama mtu ajui, the first thing you should do is call for help, because if the baby is not breathing, things might turn ugly.
Yenyewe kuraise mtoi sio rahisi. Umesikia mwenyewe. Kwa sasa, let's learn from the specialist what you're supposed to do in case mtoi amechoke pale nyumbani. I'm joined by my co-host Chepchumba. Karibu.
Karibuni guys, and today tutakuwa tunaongelea colic and choking. Colic in a layman's language ni gas kwa tumbo. Mimi sijui hizo terms zinatumika, doc atatuambia better. And choking pia, well, choking najua from my biology. Chakula ikiingia kwa windpipe instead of going to the food pipe. That's all I remember from my biology class. But with me, niko na Kavoi and Jackie, Juliet. Kavoi is a doc at Gertrude's Hospital, and thank you so much for hosting us. Gertrude's Hospital has been a big plug for this show. I mean, mnatupeanga pediatricians every day just to talk about things that moms go through there at home. And Jackie is a mom, atakuwa anatuambia story yake about colic. And pale, sini data intro, you know her, she's Juliet. So yeah, welcome. Jackie, how are you? How is motherhood? How has the journey been? How is colic for you? Colic ulidilaje na watoi wako? Both 3 of them. You can just share your story.
Motherhood has been very interesting.
Okay.
There's an expectation I had when I first anticipated my first baby, and the expectation and reality was a bit different, but it wasn't so far from what I was told to expect. So I got my first baby when I was about 25. And I had gone through some induction into what to expect when you're having your first baby, and how to take care of the baby, what to expect. So I got my baby. I decided to breastfeed exclusively, first baby. And
hey, I know. Not all of us did that.
And I had a challenge. I hear people just, they breastfeed naturally.
Okay.
And I had a challenge bonding with the child. So breastfeeding was a challenge. So I had to go see a douala to help me to get the baby to latch well and to breastfeed properly. So I thought I had the process gotten down, but 2-3 weeks later, I was having a baby. I was crying all the time. I was constantly in hospital. I thought the baby was sick until I got to know that it was colic.
This is your firstborn?
My firstborn.
Okay.
And you got to know that after visiting the hospital.
Yes.
So did you think maybe it could be something else?
Yes, I did. I thought the baby was sick because he was fidgety. He didn't want to be touched. At times, I felt like she was having some temperature. So I asked for opinions from my friends and family who had children. They told me it could be colic, it could be maybe the baby's not adjusting to the environment. I need to go maybe get the baby checked. Maybe there could be another underlying condition. So I didn't get a specific pinpoint on what the problem was. So when I decided now to go to the hospital, that's when I learned that it was colic. So I felt that if someone had actually pinpointed what colic was to me earlier, I would have been able to know.
What was the baby feeding at this time? Was the baby feeding?
No, it was exclusive breast milk.
Exclusive?
So it was
breast.
the first
Oh,
6
okay.
months.
But bado alikuwa anaweza kunyonya vizuri?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, doctor, to enlighten, like unasikia anasema hakujua ni colic. So what are these things that a mom anaweza tu angalia akiona mtoi ana go through those symptoms ajue this is colic?
So the problem, let me not say the problem, the challenge is that every child is a little bit different. There are no two children who will have the exact same experience, and I'm sure every mother knows this.
Yeah.
And so there are definitions out there of colic. And what we look for is persistent crying, basically. That is the classic sign of colic. Mtoto analia, analia, analia. We have what we call the rule of threes. Analia for 3 hours continuously, at least 3 times a week, for at least 3 weeks zikifuatana. Yeah? And it generally will be afternoons, early evening. You'll find that's when analeta shida kiasi. Mornings might be okay. Then afternoon becomes a bit cranky. Alafu analala. Kesho ako sawa. So that's what we are looking for. And the definition of colic again is not, because we are defining it as crying, it can be difficult, like we said, it can be difficult to tell. I mean, all the people you asked talked about maybe it's colic, maybe it's not, maybe it's something else. And that's why it's important kwenda daktari. Because sometimes you think it's colic, but actually for children who are young, and colic by the way happens in children from a few weeks of age till about 4 to 6 months. After that, it improves by itself and it goes away. So it can be difficult to tell, is the child sick or is the child having colic? And that's why it's important to go and be seen by a doctor who can tell you the difference. Make sure there's nothing else that's causing it. Sometimes colic is caused by gas in the tummy, as you said. You're not very far off. Sometimes it can be caused by other things. There are several schools of thought about it. Kuna wenye wanasema sometimes overstimulation of the child can actually cause the child to be super irritable, analialia, and you think that it's a problem with the tummy, but it's not. So in that case, for those children, putting them in a quiet environment, holding them close, putting them against your skin, putting them on your chest where they can hear your heartbeat, the way they used to hear it when they were in the womb, that can help. Soothing them, talking to them, silence, what we call white noise, you know, noise that doesn't, it's not disturbing, it's calming, that can help. But for children who ni tumbo inaleta shida, then you need other solutions. So one of the things that we talk about is you want to try and give the child the same thing you're doing, the comfort, but you also want to try and relieve that gap. So whenever you feed the child, whenever you breastfeed, burp the baby. You want that baby to bring up the gas. It'll help to reduce this discomfort. And then there are times when having pressure on the abdomen actually seems to calm down the babies. So you want to put them on your lap with their tummy against your thighs. Put them on your lap and rub their back gently. You want to hold them against your shoulder. Yeah, the colic carry. You want to put the baby on your shoulder and the baby's tummy not down here, but up here, so that the baby's stomach is what is on your shoulder. So the idea is that your shoulder is putting just a little, you're not finyaing so that the maziwa is okay, but just a little bit of pressure, and that gives some relief. I don't even want to go into pharmaceuticals because I know that question is coming, and there are so many products out there. I don't know what your experience was with them, because some mothers it helped.
Yeah. And some
mothers
doesn't.
Yeah, actually that was the other thing. Najua, even from me, I used grape water, Bonisan, what else? Actually those two. Then the third one was dawa ya kienyeji, ndio ilisaidia mtoto wangu.
So, the only thing I want to say to mothers out there is, before you try anything, please speak to your doctor about it. Please don't
just go over the counter and buy it.
Yeah, because unaweza kuwa unafikiria unatafuta solution, yes,
and you cause more problems.
More damage to
exactly.
the child.
So that's as far as I want to go regarding the products out there. But in general, there are simple things that you can do at home. Your breastfeeding technique. It's really important, like you were shown by your doula, how to breastfeed, how to get the baby to latch, how to position the baby. Is the baby's tummy touching your tummy? You see, when the baby has the baby's mouth has a good seal on the breast, then they don't take in a lot of air when they're feeding, and therefore you don't have problems, as much problems, let's say, as if they're sucking in a lot of air when they're feeding, burping, those things. If I don't give too much information, ask your doctor. When you go for your checkup, when you go for Well Baby Clinic, find out what's up.
Chef, allow me take this feedback here. There's a mom who has sent her feedback and she's asking, my baby amekuwa akilia for the last 4 days na hana temperature. So could this be colic? So ni kama hajui kama colic inakuja na temperature, ama you can address that?
Okay. It would be interesting to know how old the baby is, because for very young babies, sometimes they don't have a fever when they are sick. You can actually get low body temperature being your only sign that the child is unwell. So you can get fever, but you can also get what we call hypothermia. So this temperature, when the temperature is high, when the child has a fever, that's definitely a sign that there's something going on. There's some inflammation, kuna infection mahali. But it doesn't mean that if the temperature is down, hakuna shida. And that's why I keep saying, let the child be checked, because only by having a medical professional examine mtoto ndio tutajua, is there something we should be worried about, or is this just colic? Yeah. So my advice would be, there's something going on. For your child to be crying continuously for 4 days, that's a very long time. Get checked out.
So Jackie, what did you do to your babies? How was it just share your story with Colic and the babies to everyone.
Okay, after I got the tip from the douala, I improved on breastfeeding, and I noticed the baby crying, it significantly went down. But after I visited the doctor, because that episode of colic was quite extreme, so we ruled out any illnesses, and we found that the baby was just too gassy. So we had to find a technique to burp him, because I was doing there's the burping when you do over the shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
So it wasn't working. So the baby was retaining a lot of air. So that was what was causing the colic. So we found a technique where we could gently feed the baby and turn him and rub and burp him. So we actually got to control that, and also improved on the breastfeeding, because the latching was also what was contributing to
the baby was not able to latch well.
Yeah, the baby was feeding, yes, but it wasn't latching well. Due to that, it was feeding, but also getting a lot of air trapped.
Okay, so just through whatever you've shared is you ilimaliza colic.
Yes.
You didn't use anything, Izoma over the counter, Izoma?
I did.
You did?
I'm guilty.
The
Really?
I tried dry porter.
Uh-huh.
I tried traditional. You're told to boil until water, distilled water, and give the baby, but it didn't work.
It didn't
So,
work.
yeah, my advice is that just don't do your own things.
But mine worked. Me, you know, I went home and my mom alipea mtoto wangu dawa ya kienyeji and it disappeared. And I was no, kwani nilikulea aje? Nilikupea hizi and akampea. And ikapotea. Sikumbuki hata mtoto. Like I can't even remember when colic iliisha and I can't remember when it started.
I am so sorry, but I cannot let that one pass.
Tell us.
The temptation to do all of those things is a lot.
I know.
But remember that when you're doing these things, kupatia mtoto maji, you're increasing your risk of diarrheal disease. Breast milk is fabulous because it comes safe from the breast. It doesn't have this risk of infections. It protects your baby from allergies and infections. The minute you start adding these things, you're causing higher risk. So I am one of those people for let's just breastfeed.
Okay.
But I'm really glad that you started out with those techniques. Sometimes it's not enough. And that's why I say that when you get to that point, if your doctor advises you to try something else, there's a lot of things out there. There's probiotics, there's, like you said, the gripe water, there's I don't want to mention brands, but there's drops out there, and things that you can use. And there is mixed thoughts even among doctors about whether they work or not. But your doctor might advise you for your child. So just speak to someone who knows.
And is there any connection with the burping ama anything that yenye ufanya mtoi asibap? Because I remember with my second child, she couldn't burp. Nilikuwa tu the whole night niko tu hapo. Niko tu najaribu kusugua mgongo, najaribu kupea contact na kifua yangu, but haku ana burp. So what could be the reason, like unapata watu wengine they don't burp that?
So the thing about motherhood is that it's the one job for which by the time you've gotten job experience, kazi imeisha. You don't come into it with experience. So a lot of times it's the technique. A lot of times. Again, all of us are all different, so even our anatomy might be slightly different, the angle of things. But for 90-something%, and that's a figure out of the air. If you get the technique right, the child will burp.
And Sawa, thank you so much for that. We were talking about colic, and I wanted us to talk about another very important issue people face out there, which is choking. Juliet, let me just start with you.
Usionge.
Have you ever experienced choking, and how was your story? Ulifanya nini?
Usionge kwa sababu actually if you want to visit my house, ukuje na ile kifuniko ya maji, the top kifuniko, hiyo ukuje na uweke mbali kwa sababu when I see that I get goosebumps. Yes, I'm traumatized because I remember my second child, mi nilikuwa tu niko kitchen, nilikuwa napika. Hiyo ni ile siku uko home nasema this is the day I want to do the cooking. So unaacha DM na watoto wajibambe huko. So mi nikiwa kitchen nikasikia mtoi DM my house manager, mama promise, mommy come. So me I'm shocked, sijui ni nini. So mi kwenda nikapata mtoi amemuinamisha hivi, alafu ni kama na try kutoa kitu kwa mdomo. So nikamuuliza ni nini, akaniambia amemeza kifuniko, So mi kwanza venye nilisikia hiyo jina amemeza kifuniko, nguvu iliisha. It's like nilikuwa tu statue. But again, you know, I'm a mother, still I have to do something, unaona. Yeye ananiangalia mimi. So I had to think fast. Sikukuwa na any knowledge. The only knowledge yenye nilikuwa nayo ni kitu nakumbuka niliona pahali, whereby hata sijui, I don't know even how I can explain, because niliona tu you either unatani mtoi hivi unagonga huku chini. But sasa for me, because of the panic, akili yangu ilikuwa tu inafikiria how do I get this bottle top itoke, unaona. So nikajaribu kuinamisha mtoi, nikajaribu kuweka vidole. So nikiweka vidole nashika the kifuniko, naishika, but I can't get it out because I think sija ilikuwa imeenda deep. So mi nikashtuka. At some point I felt, oh God, what is happening? It can't happen, you know. So Nikajaribu tena the second time. This time nikaeka kidole to some point, venye nilishika hiyo kifuniko venye nilitoa hivi ilitoka na damu. So me I just, you know, ile tu I cried, nilishika tu huyo mtoto, I just embraced her, nikamshika tu hivyo, nikalia. Sasa na yeye msichana wa kazi ako tu hapo analia. Mtoto huyu mkubwa naye aliona hivyo akaanza kulia. So that is a story yenye yani it gives me trauma, hata sitakangi kukumbuka. And I know sio mimi peke yangu, kuna moms wengine pale, you don't know what to do. It may happen, huna knowledge, tueleze.
So I think it's probably easier to show you rather than just talk. So I'll demonstrate briefly what you should do if a baby chokes. So let me introduce you to baby Anne. She's going to help us to show you how to hold the baby when the baby is having colic. And then she's also going to help us to demonstrate what to do when your baby is choking. So let's start with colic. I remember describing to you how you hold the baby, and you want to keep baby's tummy, baby's abdomen against your shoulder. So you're going to hold the baby up this way, support baby's head against your own head, and rub the back gently. This applies when you're burping the baby, and it also applies when the baby is crying a lot and you suspect that baby may have some gas and you're suspecting colic. So that's the first hold. Then the next hold, always supporting the head, remember to always support baby's head, is you turn baby over onto your lap, and in this scenario, you're going to put baby's tummy on your thigh, and your thigh is going to put pressure on the baby's stomach. As you support the head, it's very important to note that you must support the baby's jaw, because babies, especially in the first few months of life, are not able to support their own necks. And so you rub the baby's back as your thigh gently puts pressure on the baby's tummy. And this will help to give some comfort for the baby as they're crying, and hopefully will sort out your issues with colic in conjunction with all the other strategies that we talked about. The second thing I'd like to demonstrate is what to do if your baby is choking. So first of all, how do you know that baby is choking? So if your baby is coughing a lot, has been feeding, and you feel like baby is choking, in older children we encourage them to cough because they might actually be able to cough out whatever is obstructing. Never do blind sweeps. We are very concerned about doing blind sweeps. And what do I mean by a blind sweep? Don't put your finger into baby's mouth unless you can see something in the mouth. So the first thing you do is you want to look inside baby's mouth and see if there's something inside. If you can see something, pull it out. If you can't see anything inside the mouth, then don't put your finger in, because the risk is that you'll either cause more injury in the airway, or you might even push whatever it is that's choking baby further down and cause more problems. For a baby who you can tell is choking and you can't see anything in the mouth, the next thing that we want to do is what we call back slaps and chest thrusts. The important thing to remember is that this is a child, so be firm but gentle. I know that sounds like a contradiction, but let me demonstrate it for you. So the first thing you do is turn the baby over, again supporting the jaws. And you turn the baby over, hold the head, keep baby over your lap, and aiming for the center of the back. Give firm slaps to the back like this. You want an upward motion, and the idea is to increase the pressure in the chest and hopefully force out the object. So 1, and check, did something come out? 2, check, did something come out? So it's not just continuous back slaps with no purpose. You're constantly checking to see if the object that was blocking the airway has come out. 3, and you 4, and you check, and 5, and you check. And if there's nothing, then I want you to turn the baby over gently. You turn the baby over, and you do the same kind of thing, but now on the chest. And you're looking at where the baby's nipples are, and you're going to go just below that. Draw an imaginary line between the 2 nipples of the baby, and go about a finger below, and you're going to use 2 fingers to give a chest thrust. And you want to go about 1/3 of the diameter of the chest. And so you want to go in and see. Turn baby's head slightly to the side so that whatever comes out does not choke the baby again. And in and see if anything comes out. And in and see if anything comes out. And in and 5. And you're going to keep alternating between your back slaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your chest thrust.
So Jackie, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. having
And
me.
thank you for sharing your journey with us. I'm sure you've learned one or two things, and now even if you get your fourth born, you're in the right track. Sindio? Unajua what to do, what to look out for when the baby aki. Sindio?
Yes.
But thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Kavoy, our pediatrician from Gertrude's Hospital. And of course, Juliet, thank you for giving us your short story of how mtoto alichoke na what you learned. Sindio? Thank you, guys. Guys at home, asanteni kwa kuungana nasi kwenye Malezi Bora. Mumelan so many things, not even one, so many things, from Jackie's story to Juliet's story to the doc giving you advice. Thank you.